What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Big Apple Baseball Banter. Today, we will be interviewing Gerrit Cole, talking all things sticky. By the end, we will talk a little bit about David Peterson. Let's banter. All right, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to episode 34 of Big Apple Baseball Banter. My name is Elias. Today, it is June 9th, and we will be talking all sorts of stuff. A lot of stuff to go over. Game might be postponed tonight, so we might have a little extra time. We'll see how it goes. Like always, guys, big.apple.baseball.banter on Instagram. Please check us out there. All podcasting platforms, Big Apple Baseball Banter, iTunes, Spotify, all of them. Please hit us up on there. Also, I listened back to the show last week. My mic was kind of quiet, so just let me know if my mic's a bit quiet. Of course, we have the call-in segment at the end. We're going to start with a little bit of talk about David Peterson and Thomas Szapucki, and then we'll do our interview. So I kind of flip-flop the two in the intro. So we're going to talk about that. Then we're going to take, of course, your call-ins, like always. And, of course, during the call-in segment, we'll have my favorite takes and funniest moments from last week. So let's start by talking about David Peterson. So David Peterson, another whiff of a start last night. He was really bad yet again. I think he only pitched 3 innings, and he's been really bad recently. Now, Luis Rojas said that Peterson will be staying in the rotation, but there's an alternative I'd like to explore. So the Mets' 10th overall prospect, Thomas Szapucki, 6'2", 181 left-handed pitcher. He was drafted in 2015 in the 5th round, 149th overall. He's ready. Now, today he got lit up, not going to lie. Pitchers, you're going to have, especially young pitchers, you're going to have rough start outs every now and then. And right now, David Peterson's really struggling. So what would I do? I think you should call up Thomas Szapucki and put David Peterson in the bullpen just to evaluate it. Now, what I like about this is that a lot of times young pitchers, the league has to adjust to them. They have to kind of figure them out. And a guy like Thomas Szapucki, who's got decent stuff, he's got a 55 fastball, which sits around 91, 92. So I don't project him to be anything more than maybe a 4-starter, but around a 91 to 92 fastball, a 40. His changeup grade's 45. These are all in MLB prospects. Curveball, this is his money pitch, a 60 grade curveball. This is from 40 to 80, I believe. I know 80 is the best. I think 40 is the worst. His controls are 45. His overall is a 45. So he doesn't project to be, an absolute ace, but I'd like to see what he has now. And this is kind of a good placeholder until either Peterson can figure it out again until Carrasco comes back. Now, Carrasco, it seems like there's setbacks about him every day. And Syndergaard, I really don't think you're getting much from him this year, as much as that pains me to say. I love Syndergaard, but I don't think you're going to get a ton for him. So I'd really like to see what Thomas Szapucki has. He's already been called up once this year. Just, I think it was in the St. Louis series, just on the taxi squad. So we didn't do much. But I want to give the kid a shot. Why not? Another left-handed arm. See what you have. He's major league ready. So I'd look forward to that. All right. Here's the fun part. We're going to get to our Gerrit Cole interview. Before that, I'm going to hit the chat real quick. What's going on, everyone? Some Sergio Zuriz, what's up? See Sports Cards, what's going on, guys? Sergio. Collins every time towards the end of the show. Not towards the end of the show, kind of the halfway, maybe a bit earlier if there's a game tonight, depending on how long the interview is. Another interview, yes. We might have Luis on again. I'm not quite sure, but let's get Gerrit Cole on here. Let me give a little context. So Gerrit last night, you guys know him, second best pitcher in baseball, in my opinion. He's known for using a lot of sticky substances. It's kind of a new thing not a new thing. It's starting to be exposed in baseball for using sticky substances on your fingertips to get more spin on the ball. Gerrit Cole has kind of been notorious for it, and he had a press conference yesterday where he didn't give the greatest of answers. So I'm gonna let the guy defend himself. I'm gonna let him give his takes here. Gerrit, how are you doing today, bro? How are you doing? Gerrit, are you there?
Hey, hello?
Yeah, Gerrit, how you doing, man?
Well.
All right, so let's just jump right into this. So, this new kind of thing of substances that are getting exposed, whether it's, pine tar or rosin and sunscreen, which is kind of the least, effective stuff, to some really insane stuff where it's literally like cement on the ball. Do you use it, especially spider tack? Do you use that?
E- d- eh, I don't really know how to answer that. See, the thing is,
Well, it's kind of a yes or no question. That's the thing.
The thing is, we were looking down from future generations, and I was taught from a young pitcher drafted in I think it was 2011, right? Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, first overall, Pittsburgh Pirates.
2011 with the Pirates, and I was taught some things from from their Pirates pitching staff. Guys.
Well,
like
that's interesting you say that, because it
Jared
seems like when you were at the Pirates that you weren't to your full potential. Now, I don't blame you. The Pirates kind of suck, at least in the past, developing pitching. I mean, Glass is now a beast. Charlie Morton, your former teammate, when he went to Houston, he became a beast. There's a lot of rumors that a lot of the Houston guys, kind of develop this whole using stuff to. If you look at the numbers, your spin rates have increased a lot. Like you can admit that your spin rates have increased, causing you to have, be a better pitcher, causing you to get the huge contract you did in New York. Is that correct?
I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, I think I should have won Cy Young in 2019.
I agree.
I was better than Justin Verlander.
I agree there.
As Kate Upton said, only I could fuck Gerrit Cole. And yeah.
All right, so I'm going to get to a viewer question. I was planning on asking you, but a viewer asked, obviously you play in New York, the same market as Jacob deGrom. Do you think you're better than Jacob deGrom?
Oh, 100%. My spin rate is up through the roofs. His velocity is there, no doubt. All
right, cool. Next question. So you guys are playing Minnesota tonight, which you actually fucking won a game finally. I mean, you guys have been playing like shit. We can agree with that. I know you haven't been good about these yes or no questions. Your team sucks right now. We can agree on that. But you're playing Minnesota right now. They got a third baseman named Josh Donaldson. Josh Donaldson, he's awesome, obviously. And he said he's got like a whole document of pitchers who use like sticky substances to make their stuff better. And you and Trevor Bauer, your former teammate, I know you guys are like best buds. You're in college. So he said that, he has proof that you do it, and you're playing him tonight. You're starting tonight. I appreciate you taking time before your start tonight to be doing this interview.
Oh, wait, hold up. Amy, can you get the WD-40, please? Yeah, I need to do a vote. I'm live. Whoops.
Yeah. So,
sorry,
no worries.
It's definitely not for. It's not pine tar. Don't worry, folks.
Oh, I believe you.
Pine tar.
I believe you. So Michael K, he's basically the son of Gary Cohen. Like Gary Cohen's kind of his daddy. He kind of wishes he was Gary Cohen. He said that if you were like, if he was your coach, you'd be drilling Donaldson straight into the ribs, causing him to wear a rib protector tonight during batting practice, which is, it's absolutely terrible. Do you plan on drilling Donaldson in the ribs?
Well, Josh Donaldson is quite the humble ball player he is. We all go out there and we all have the same goal. His job is to get hits. My job is to get him out. To be honest with you, I don't know how to answer that. I think, you look at Josh Donaldson and he learns a lot of things from the older guys.
Well, he is an older guy at this point.
We look at these examples. We look at these examples from the Twins. They're not. So far, they've been struggling. They've been one of the few disappointments.
Really bad. Yeah.
Last night,
there's almost this guy on YouTube, Mets fans only, who said they were going to make the World Series this year. He's looking like kind of an idiot so far, right?
Oh, for sure. No cap, brother. I don't know how to answer that, but I think I think the Twins' job is to try to score runs off of us, and I think to be WD-40 Pintar. I think the real way to Pintar to try to beat the Twins tonight is to go out there. I'm gonna throw that. I'm gonna try to throw some breaking balls into the dirt, throw some off-speed pitches, throw them into the dirt. Gary Sanchez, I trust him so much, even though they've been using Kyle Higashioka. I don't know how to answer that. Usually for me, which is fine. Whatever Aaron Boone, I don't know how to answer that, says. That'll be the module I go.
All right, so let's get to some viewer questions.
For sure.
So my buddy Sergio, he says, why do you cheat so much?
Sergio, that icon's looking like Peppa Pig on a Tuesday.
All right, next question by Boomer. What do you think about the New York Mets?
Who?
The New York Mets, the jersey I'm wearing, like my favorite team.
Oh, I thought that was the Nets.
No, the Nets play basketball. They play for Brooklyn though.
Well, I think looking at the Mets right now, they've been unstoppable. You have this quote unquote bench mob. I see there's a ton of people who are not so fond of the team right now. I see a lot of raging videos on YouTube. I think there's
moron named Hayden.
Wow. Their 1, 2, 3 starting rotation is dandy fine. I'll say that. Their injuries has definitely got to them to an extent, but their bench players they went to sign out this offseason have been holding up the job. Guys like Pete Alonso should be the fucking all-star. I mean, if anything, I'm going to vote for that dude for MVP. No cap, brother. But yeah, I think his Mets team is holding up. Why are you laughing, my friend?
I'm sorry. Oh, well, you got a lot of different accents. But why aren't you like stuttering? Like when I asked you the pine tar question, you're kind of studying, and there was some long pauses. Like, okay, so Sergio asked us, why did you lose? Like, you got fucking lit up.
Well, you see, I was playing.
When you weren't cheating, you got completely lit up.
Boston Twins Celtic. I was playing WD-40. Pine tar, the chalk. I was playing, I was playing the Rays.
We can move on to the next question.
Joey Wendell is a bit of a good hitter. Joey Wendell hit for some nice.
I got a new question.
For sure.
So obviously you were with the Astros back in 2017, 2018, 2019. Were you the one banging the trash can? Like, were you one of the boys out there, like, getting the signs, trying to like, bang, bang, bang? Because obviously you're not hitting. Were you one of the guys banging the trash can?
Well, it's a very complex question. You look at the Astros and the rhythm they went through in 2017. You had guys like Carlos Correa and Jose Altuve and Alex Bregman, and these were elite hitters. And taking a general look at garbage cans, personally, I like the one at McDonald's rather than Wendy's. But that's the one that I was told. Whoops, sorry, I'm not supposed to say that. Okay, I won't say that. But overall, I declare innocent until proven guilty.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you your final question now. So I think this is what the viewers want to know. I think it's pretty clear you use substances. I mean, there's no reason your spin rates and stuff wouldn't go up as much. So what substance do you use? And that was weird. What substance do you use and where do you keep it? Like, do you keep it in your glove, on your hat? Can you give us some specifics there?
We see scratches his head. I don't really know how to answer that. I know nowadays a lot of people use sunscreen because they'll be toasty baker boys if they don't put on them sunscreen. I know some people use aftershave. I don't know how to answer that.
Okay. Well, Gerrit, I really appreciate you, joining us today. Please, go warm up, get ready for your start. Be careful with Josh Donaldson. You might get tossed. I don't know if you've gotten any warnings yet or whatnot.
Need some milk.
So interesting. Luis said the same thing last time. That's weird.
Luis Rojas, who the fuck is that peasant?
He's not a good man. He's better than your manager. Let's be
Yo,
honest.
Aaron Boone, he stood up for everyone. He stood up for Caillou Gardner out there.
All right. I'm gonna end it here. Gerrit, I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day. All right. You don't know how to answer a lot. I can tell. Gerrit, you have a good day, okay?
Definitely.
All right. Shout out to Gerrit Cole for the interview, as always. We're gonna try to do a little more interviews on here. We got Luis Rojas on once. All right. Now I have to flip the switch from satire mode to serious baseball talk. So I probably should have done this during the interview. On link is in the chat. Make sure you guys call in. I want to talk all sorts of stuff. Talk about the awful loss from last night. Dave Peterson getting lit up. All sorts of Mets stuff. All sorts of baseball stuff. If you guys aren't Mets fans, if the game is postponed, let me know because I'm planning on doing a all-star vote. I want to do an all-star vote video for that. So let's get to our first caller. Let's go to Zariz, James McCann's #1 fan. How you doing, man?
Where's Gerrit Cole? He's my favorite pitcher, not on the Mets. Where is he? I need.
Yo, your mic's kind of quiet. Is there?
Oh, I got this. Wait. Oh. Hello, can you hear me?
There you go.
There we go. We got the.
Ooh, is that an
mics.
SM7?
It's an SM7, man.
Oh, right on. I want one of those. Those are nice.
That's an SM58, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's like an SM58 knockoff. It's a Samsung mic, but we could talk music gear all day and whatnot. So any thoughts on my interview with Gerrit?
I want to speak to Gerrit. Where is he?
He unfortunately had to go warm up.
Well, tell him to come back.
He's busy.
Okay, fine. Anyway, do I have any explaining to do this week? Like, how's James McCann doing this week? In your eyes,
knock yourself out.
Wilson Ramos had a week where he had 6 home runs. So why should I give into this tiny sample size?
Because he's a beast. I mean, straight God, bro.
Anyway,
James McCann's a god.
James McCann is not a god. Ramos does suck. That's facts. You're right, man. You're right. Wilson Ramos sucks. Anyway, about the Gerrit Cole situation, I predict that tonight he's going to dominate, and I'm less worried about Bauer though, like in terms of they'll be able to dominate still, because 2018, look at the spin rates. He didn't have nearly as much spin rate, but he was a Cy Young candidate. Trevor Bauer's a pitcher. Trevor Bauer's going to be fine. Gerrit Cole had some good years in Pittsburgh, but I think a guy who throws as hard as he does, a guy who's able to dominate as much as he does with foreign substances, I have a hard time believing that he's just going to be crap without it.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, Gerrit. So I don't know what the timeline Bauer started using the substances. I mean, I think for me, it's time for the MLB to actually do something about it. I mean, MLB's notorious for like rules, like you can't do it, but you kind of can. And like, I'm cool with like, pine tar, rosin with sunscreen. Does it help with spin? Yeah, a little bit. But like this new crap they're using, like what James Karinchak was doing, like the stuff that's like Coke bottle, like Coca-Cola boiled with some other crap, like that stuff is ridiculous. I mean, the pitchers are starting to get really fed up with it. So it's definitely time for the MLB to actually do something about it. I look forward to see what Donaldson's what's gonna happen to Donaldson tonight. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt, getting hit or something.
Gerrit Cole pretty much admitted to using the substances. I mean, whether he throws at him or not, I don't know. I mean, I think he might, but Cole admitted to it. You know what I mean? I mean, like, why? I mean, I think it might make Cole look even worse if he throws at him, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think it would make Gerrit Cole worse too, because he's just giving Donaldson all the power, saying, hey, you got me. Take this now. It's insane.
Just strike him out.
And Andrew says this, and I agree. If they're going to allow the sticky stuff for the pitchers, juice the ball for the hitters. I think I want neither, but for me, I would juice the ball from what's now. I want the normal ball because 2019 was super juice. This right now is super dead. I just want normal.
I think the juice. I think the juice ball. I mean, I think I think you could possibly blame the juice ball on Diaz's 2019. Edwin Diaz wasn't that bad in 2019, by the way.
No, he was terrible. No, he was so
terrible.
bad.
The result.
I'm sorry. He gave
the
what,
result
14, he
was
gave up
terrible.
14 home runs.
The result was terrible.
He gave up 14 home runs.
Okay.
He's a closer. 14 home runs.
Okay, listen. The result was terrible. He wasn't exactly pitching horrible. I mean, he wasn't as good as he was anyway.
It was literally the reason we didn't make the playoffs.
I'm not denying that. He was the reason.
Diaz was crap. Without him, we'd be in the playoffs without him.
Yeah, we'd totally be in the playoffs. But I'm saying, there's a reason why we all predict. There's a reason why Diaz is dominant again, and it's because he was never that bad in the first place. There was a lot of there was unlucky stuff happening. I'm not blaming that all on him.
I can admit there's unlucky stuff, but he was bad. There's no doubt he was bad.
I'm willing to say he was not 2018 Diaz, and he was not good. He wasn't
good. He had 14 home runs.
Look, I think if you watch him, I think something was up with him. When the ball was getting pitched, the ball seemed a lot more visible. You know what I mean? The ball was a lot more visible. If you watch the low lights, I guess they call it, when the slider wouldn't break, his slider was gone. He was a one pitch pitcher. And so it'd just be leaving over the plate. But the reason.
Okay, so that means you're bad.
Well, no, he wasn't bad because he's good again. I mean, look,
he can have a down year. That's fine. He had a down year. What was his XBDZ SCF? I don't give a shit.
Listen,
he had fucking 14 home runs. Reason we missed the playoffs.
Do you want to know what his expected stats were? I'm going to tell you right now.
Sure.
His
knock yourself out.
His ERA was 5.59. His expected ERA was 3.04. So you look at that and you can expect, okay, this guy's not bad, just something's happening. So we can expect results to come, and we can expect him to maybe he still can be that 2018 guy we traded for. I think he is. I think he is. I
think Diaz was really good in 2020 and is really stinking good now. I think he was horrendous in 2019 and was the best he's ever been in 2018. Yeah. What was his expected home runs given up?
Well, his expected slugging was what? So let's say in 2018, he had an expected ERA of 1.94, which is a full point down. And the reason that is, look, his expected batting average was 188 in 2019. His expected slugging is where the biggest difference was. So, in 2018, his expected slugging was 239. That's dominant. It went up to 342, which still, they're saying, he's going to give up a couple more home runs. But what happened is he was never bad. It's just confusing. You know what I mean? I don't think, because if Edwin Diaz were truly what was trash, like we're saying he was, he would not be back to the level he is now. The analytics the metrics would not be saying that he should be pitching good. That just maybe something mentally was wrong with him. What I saw, he looks like he lost break and command in his slider, so he became a one pitch pitcher. But he's still there. Somehow he gave up as many home runs as he did. Okay, well, you should care about these stats because they're going to indicate if someone actually sucks or if they're getting unlucky.
No, he's not a bad player. He had a bad year though.
He had but did he have that bad? I mean, yeah, the result was terrible, but my point, I don't think it was ever that bad. I mean, he was still gassing.
So every time you watch freaking the Washington Nationals game when Kurt Suzuki, he gives up the home run. It freaking blows the game every time.
That was my first day of
and then
high
you say,
school. Stop
and then
reminding
yeah,
me.
exactly. It was the night before my first day of school. Myself as well. What was it? My sophomore year. Yeah, night before my sophomore year. And
Stop reminding me.
And yeah, and so after that game, I was pissed. I was not like, well, looked a little unlucky there. Diaz, interesting.
Okay, well, you want to know the unluckiest thing I've ever seen? Remember Game 2 of 2020 when he gave up that home run? Luckiest goddamn
that
home
was
run
actually
I've
a good
ever
pitch.
seen.
That was actually because it was actually a
the
decent pitch.
No, like I haven't I'd have to look more in depth of like really pay attention to his low lights, but it was Edwin Diaz was never a trash player. There was just a lot of
he just had a trash year. Exactly.
Yeah, he was. The result was trash, but
exactly.
there are reasons why the result was
there
trash.
Is.
He was
Thank you for calling
bad.
in, man. I got other callers I got to get to. I appreciate you calling in, though, bringing your analytical takes. Yeah, you have a good night, man.
I will be back.
You will. I hope to see you back. Have a good night, man.
Bye.
Oh, he got me fired up in all the worst ways possible. Jeez. All right. Cerise should teach algebra. Hey, if you want to be my tutor, I'm not too good at algebra. So let's go to Mets talk with Hayden, though. Hayden, what's going on, man?
What's going on? So that was
Astros. Oh, come on.
Oh no, because no, shut up. Actually, I'm like,
right. I got you.
Yeah. So great interview by Gerrit Cole. I think he did a great job. It was weird. I came up on the screen, but you know what it was? Because Gerrit Cole's cheating on me. So so he has a picture of me on his phone, so he could try to locate me. And I'm guessing this was the current picture he had. So that's the reasoning, everyone. I'm sure you keep it down low.
Yeah.
But yeah, what am I free to rant off? I mean, what's
go for it? All right. I'm guessing David Peterson.
David
Peterson, about this.
And maybe the rotation. So I think we take a little.
The floor is yours.
Appreciate it. So we took a look at David Peterson. His last two starts, especially his last couple starts, but predominantly his last two, have not been up to scratch with what we've been seeing. His last two starts against the Diamondbacks and the Orioles have been absolutely terrible. We took it saying, okay, typically he may not.
Wait, were they actually terrible, or was it just the result that was bad?
It was the expected ERA. No, but pretty much I think we look at Peterson, and there were a lot of questions going into this year with him. Typically, being a rookie in 2020 is probably terrible because everyone's going to get so high on you if you play well and get so down on you if you don't play well in 2020 and 60 games. So that's why I think being a rookie in 2020 was really bad. And I'll even say I was a little way overhyped on this guy. I was saying he could potentially, be in some talks of being an all-star. I was really overhyping the guy. And this year he's had a tough season. 1-6 or 1-5, 1-6, I believe. Approaching that 6 ERA, which is terrible. And I think his last couple starts have been atrocious. But the last two against the Diamondbacks and the Orioles, two fifth-place teams.
The one from the Diamondbacks at Citi Field, the one against Diamondbacks.
Not so much that we lost to two fifth-place teams, but the fact is, if this dude went 6 innings, 5 innings, and gave up 5 runs, okay. But you give up, 5 runs and 2 innings. I mean,
and walk a lot of people too.
When what we saw from him last night, he could not find the strike zone. He couldn't locate any pitch. He throws the slider. What did they do to the slider? It's gone. Bat flip. So that's another thing that we have to look at with freaking Peterson. Stop throwing the freaking slider. And then it comes to the question is, with the umpiring, I'm going to bring up this name a couple times. Steven Matz. He's like Steven Matz. If he gets a call from the umpire that he doesn't like, you'll hear him go, and huffle and moan. And it gets to his head. And he's a young pitcher. Of course it does. But now comes to the question is, what do we do with Peterson? You want to be a playoff team. And I mean, with this guy current at his state, can he be, a guy who could help the Mets? Currently the Mets are in the moment where they want to bring up guys, not send guys down. We don't want to send guys down because we have so many injuries and guys out. So Louis Rojas did say last night.
Steven Matz, he's Lucas Giolito.
Oh, yeah, he's Lucas Giolito or who's some random ass pitcher that we compare. Yusei Kikuchi, sure. No, but I was comparing him more mentally, obviously, as a young guy who gets to his head. But crap, what was I saying? I got interrupted. Shit.
About Peterson.
Yeah, with Peterson. Freaking Zari's room, you screwed me off. Shit. Give me a minute. Rookies in 2020.
Whoa, hold up. Lucchese's been pitching well all season?
No. Lucchese's last 3 starts
last 3 starts. all
The last
season.
three starts have been nice, but I think the thing with Peterson was, about sending guys down. The thing is, we want to bring up guys, not send guys down. And it comes to the question is, what do we do with Peterson? We want to win now, and with Peterson, can we? So it comes to the question is, what do you do with Peterson? Luis Rojas stated, as I said, that they're going to give him another shot. Or I don't know about another shot, but his next appearance will be major league level. And it comes to the question is, is he going to go 2 innings and then you're going to rely on your bullpen and destroy your bullpen some more? And it comes to the question is, do you want to send him down? I have 2 scenarios. I think sending him down to maybe a AAA wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I think he could learn. He could learn mechanics. He could work on that slider. I think he could just clear his head. And I just think overall he could try to produce himself as a better player who can help himself. I think having time in AAA doesn't mean that you're getting DFA'd and you suck. Think about it like you're injured and it's a rehab assignment for a couple weeks to a month. Yeah. And then the other option is that, they did this with Steven Matz. Steven Matz last year, he did terrible his first 7 starts. What did they do? They threw him in the bullpen. He was all right in the bullpen. He wasn't as bad as he was, but he wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't as bad. He wasn't good. Yeah.
And if you want to maybe calm Peterson down, because let's be realistic, we don't know how many innings Peterson's going to go this year because he only pitched so many. So you can't put him to, this amount of innings to a whole bunch this year. So will you put him in that closer role and maybe send down a guy like Gazelman, and then you call up a guy like Szapucki?
Well, with those guys, you probably can't. You probably have to just DFA them, and hopefully they clear waivers. But Jacob Barnes, I mean, he hasn't been bad, but he hasn't been necessarily great. So I would consider. I mean, I want Reed Foley up too, so I want to get Barnes out here. But like my plan is call up Szapucki, either send Peterson down, because a lot of times younger pitchers take a little while for the league to kind of get caught up to them. So I think Szapucki could. That's why Peterson was so effective initially. And like, don't forget him. He came up because we literally had no choice. We had Jacob deGrom, Rick Porcello, and Michael Wacha, and that was pretty much it. And so
he was rushed. I mean, you could easily say this dude was rushed. He was brought in, and he was pretty much saying, okay, it's you and Jacob. It's you and a 2-time Cy Young Hall of Famer. Make your action, make your debut. And I mean, listen, it's a new time. We're in reality now. And I think now comes to more of the issue with starting pitching. And you know what? I'm going to say this. I did not like how he addressed starting pitching this offseason. Re-signing Stroman was great. Signing Walker was great.
Okay,
2,
so yeah,
you have 2.
Okay, so
you
he got Carlos Carrasco from the Indians for diddly squat, and he's been hurt. He's been hurt.
Carlos Carrasco is great, but I think we went into the season before questioning Syndergaard. We didn't. I don't want to say the term reliable, but we didn't know what we were going to do with Syndergaard. We didn't know what he could bring to us in terms of productivity to the table. We didn't know if he could go out there and throw 4 innings 2 weeks back from a start. We didn't know when he would come back, especially a guy like Syndergaard. One bad move, one bad fastball, you're done. And to an extent, that's kind of going on now. We don't know what's going to happen. So we went into the season with a big question mark with Syndergaard, not even in terms of contract, but if he would play, how well he can play, and if Louis and them are going to coddle them. We went into this season knowing if Peterson could play the full season, if he would have a sophomore slump. A lot of the guys had time to figure him out over the offseason. And then we had Carlos Carrasco, who, I mean, definitely cancer. I don't want to blame cancer, but it has a mental piece. In terms of COVID, I'm sure it would have held him back.
He had maybe his best year of his career last year.
Yes, but in terms of COVID, I think you're traveling the country more. And then overall,
if he was so worried, he would fucking opted out. If he was so worried about himself. Okay, so I'm going to interrupt here. So coming in this season, DeGrom, Carrasco, Walker, Stroman, Peterson, and Lucchesi is your 6th guy. People complain about, they could have gotten better depth than Joey Lucchesi. Would freaking Jake Odorizzi sign here to be the 6th man? No, they want to play.
No, and I understand that. And listen, injuries, you can't predict injuries, although I will expect it. Injuries were expected to come, but not this atrocious. But I think just looking at, it's difficult to explain it. I really think once Carrasco got hurt, that was a week or 2 before spring training. That's when you go out there and you make another move. Because Carrasco, no, I agree.
This becomes the Zariz show. Oh my god! But
that's the thing. You have to but do you hear what I'm saying though? With Carrasco out 2 weeks prior, that's when the Mets should have went out and tried to make another move, because now you have 2 guys on the bench till who knows when. And Carrasco, what's the news with him? He was thrown off a slump last week. We have no idea. Do you make a move? Is he going to get playing time? I'm not calling him Judd Lowry. But that's the thing with the rotation. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say we didn't do enough, but I think maybe one more starting pitcher would have been nice just to secure it.
You got Yamamoto. Everyone's telling me how good he is.
He's a
He's not
triple
good.
A if even
Exactly.
he's
He's a long-term project.
Overall,
Hayden, I have a question for you. So, since you're such a freaking celebrity, I'm getting requests if people want to come on with you and me. Do you have time?
Who is it? Is it Hot Chick?
What? No, it's Sergio and Jose.
Oh, even better. They're dope.
Yeah. So since you're such a freaking celebrity, can I bring them on with you?
Go ahead.
All right, let's start with Sergio. Sergio, how you doing, man?
He's muted. But yeah, that's overall how I feel about the rotation and then Peterson, obviously.
I have soda. Let me put it on the baseball. Mom, can you give me some sunscreen? I'm pitching. I gotta cheat.
He's gonna cheat.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, whatever. Hey, hi.
What's going on, Sergio? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. You
That's
did not hear
pretty
anything, right? You did not hear anything.
No.
You were muted, my friend.
Yep. Yeah.
You're
How's your
definitely
day?
muted. Oh, we're doing good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
So, what are your thoughts with the Mets lost last night? The rest of the series, and David Peterson. What do you do with him right now?
I mean, Peterson, like I said yesterday, I think he should be moved down for AAA for a couple weeks just to get or for the rest of the year, just so he can at least get better. And also bring up Thomas Szapucki or trade for a pitcher. And right now, not like we don't have to trade for a really good pitcher, just at least a pitcher who's having a decent year. So that's my thoughts. And also, yesterday's loss was really disappointing. Like, how the hell did we lose to the goddamn Orioles of all damn teams? Like, Jesus.
Tough.
I mean, yeah, yesterday was a disaster. I didn't finish the game. I was like, we're not coming back from this, especially, the offense isn't great right now with all these injuries. But, Pete had a phenomenal game. He got that stat padding towards the end, just hitting irrelevant home runs and blowouts. It's kind of funny, honestly. But yeah, Peterson was terrible last night. And, it taxes your bullpen when, you have your starter only going with 2 innings and, you have to go to your long guys who then suck too. Like guys like Salmon who've been pretty decent this year. So, I mean it's a tough situation. I'm in favor of giving Szapucki a shot. His ETA is 2021. Do I think he's ever going to be an ace? No. But do I think David Peterson's ever going to be an ace? No. Trade for Max Scherzer. That's not happening. The Nationals are not trading. The Nationals are not trading him in division.
If we're talking about trades, there's a guy, he's in Texas. His name is Kyle Gibson. He has a sub-2 ERA. If you want to trade for him, if you want to trade for, the Tigers, I mean, they have a ton of pitching prospects coming ahead, and they're in a rebuild. I'm sure they wouldn't mind laying a guy like Michael Fulmer, Terry Scuball, maybe to hold down to an extent. Those are some solid guys. I mean, Kyle Gibson would be nice. But definitely, I will say, I mean, in terms of, I think Carrasco's going to be out for the season. Let's be realistic. They're not going to push him. He's recovering.
I disagree.
He's not coming.
Can't trade for Gibson. He's getting very lucky.
Right.
Now I'm going to say Gibson got absolutely lit up in the first game of the season.
Since then,
he's
pitching well. I mean, he's not throwing out.
Whoa, hang on. Zuriz, did you actually say this? Lucchese's been better than.
Yes, he did say it. He always says it in the Discord. I am a witness. I've seen this. I want to jump from the nearest bridge every single time I hear this. I am a witness. He does say that all the time. You can ask Boomer.
I don't want to hear your no offense, Zuriz. You're a great caller. I do not want to hear your explanation.
This is the explanation because it's expected. Carolina Panther 10-8 capitalization, X is 2% higher than the average BLM level.
Sergio, what are your thoughts on overall advanced numbers and all that kind of stuff?
I really do not care about them. I'm just a person that watches the damn game. I only care about regular stats, advanced stats. I don't care of it. I leave that to Mets fan.
Stats can take this and go.
I only get exactly. Thank you. I don't care about advanced stats. I only care about regular stats. So I mean, advanced stats can go to hell. To be honest.
Yep. No, there's some stuff that's interesting to look at. Like whenever hits happen in the game, I'm sometimes interested to see what the expected batting average was. Like if they made depending on how hard they hit the ball. But like I'm not gonna take a guy who's getting like Diaz who's having a brutal 2019 and just say, oh well, he wasn't that bad.
And also, if I'm gonna be honest, David Peterson should start cheating because god dang it, he does suck really that bad. I don't care if he gets suspended. He should start cheating. It's really bad at this point. It's brutal.
Be patient, man. You gotta he's a top prospect. I mean, a top prospect in our system. You got to give him a little bit of time. I think sending him down would be really beneficial. He has a bunch of options, so it's not like you'd have to designate it and pray he clears waivers. So I think sending him down is beneficial, and I want to see what Szapucki has. Now he had a bad game today, but here's something that we can agree on. Where is it?
Peterson sucks right now. Yeah.
Drew says Peterson does suck right now. So there's something that we could agree with right here. But anything else, Sergio?
Only thing I want to say is we should give Szapucki a chance. And send down Peterson, and Zarizi is really delusional. But other than that, I'm out. Wait, I got many explanations. He says somehow Wilson Ramos is better than James McCann. Like how?
No, because then he's gonna want to eat. Oh.
He said no. Wait. This is the worst one. He said that Mike Zunino will make the All-Star game. Mike Zunino.
Well, he's having a good start to the year. That's not terrible because he's having a good start to the year. But like, it's also a popularity contest.
He's nowhere near making the All-Star game.
But there's catchers in the AL that are doing well.
Yeah,
I got Johnny Grandal, Mitch Garver, and who else?
He's not making the All-Star game.
That take isn't terrible. Because he's off to a decent start. Is he going to keep it up? No, he's been in the league for super long, and you know what you're getting in him. But I mean, also it's a popularity contest. Are the fans going to vote for some 30-something-year-old catcher from the Rays? Probably not. So, Sergio, I appreciate you calling in.
Wait, one more thing.
Oh, yeah.
Last thing, yesterday in the voice call, he said Edwin Diaz. Wait, I'm Edwin Diaz. He's my cousin. Plus, I'm his fan. He's a top 3 reliever. That's my opinion. He said it's a top 1 reliever. I'm out. See you. I'm out. This is
I love Diaz. Not top.
Diaz is a 4. Diaz is a 4 in my opinion. I give him a solid 4.
I think he's a 3 reliever. But
but he never said that. Maybe someone's waffling here. It was a joke. Maybe someone's waffling here. I don't know. This is becoming this. I'm just gonna change the title to Zariz.
The Zariz argument banter.
Yeah, Zariz Banter. That's the new name of the channel. We got some caps in the chat. Sergio, appreciate you calling in, bro. See you next week.
Yeah, see ya.
All right, cool.
You and I make a great, duo. So, I mean,
Yeah, David. Yeah, I mean, we do make a good duo. There's David Peterson, who was Joey Lucchese in the chat. I think it's Zariz, but you gotta have. We have the rule. And the next guy on the line is the reason why we have this rule. You have to have your face cam on if you've never called in before. We explained it last time, but Jose, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Let's go.
What's going on?
Jose actually requested to have Hayden stay on because he's such a celebrity. Because he's such a celebrity.
This just got rated R. Kids, go away. If you're under 18,
Not ranked.
Get out now.
No, it's rated. This stream's about to be rated R.
Oh.
Hey, I'm sorry. I just gotta finish putting KY jelly on my fingers. Oh wait, never mind. Not Gerrit Cole.
You think anyone on the Angels is using that kind of stuff?
No,
They're just shit. I think
they're just bad.
That's why it's so fucking terrible.
Well, actually, Jose, you may think that Andrew Heaney is bad, but actually his XBDZFX is in the 29th percentile, and he's actually really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and my XBDC grading is great.
Wow.
What the fuck is the Reese talking about? What the fuck is it? What the fuck is an expected win? What the fuck is an Any of that.
win.
Jose is not
It's
so
like
fond of
the Mets win 97 games, but their expected wins were 84.
But that's the thing about stats. Personally, can I briefly touch on that?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Go
The thing with
ahead.
analytics is I think we live in a day and age of analytics. Pretty much as a baseball player, I could say, I mean, I play high school, nowhere near the end.
And I
But yeah, pretty much.
I was on my high school team.
All right. Wait, Hayden, you're saying?
Yeah, no, so pretty much I think it comes to, oh God, the people in the chat. So pretty much it comes to a point where nowadays,
Ignore it.
nowadays we live in a day and age of analytics. And I think, as a high school athlete, I could say, I would rather step up to the plate and use my head rather than know that there's some random ass font page out there that I don't even know what the hell half of that stuff means. Baseball players get paid to play. Baseball players usually, when you think of an athlete like Pete Alonso, Aaron Judge, Mike Tauchman, you think of their athleticism. But there's also the athleticism and then the mental thinking. You have to think on what to do. Okay, this guy usually, you have to think on what to do. Oh, this pitch looks like it's coming this way. Maybe it's coming inside. Should I swing? It's not, oh no, but on 2-1 counts, he throws a changeup, but looks like a slider.
Thank you.
Yep.
Analytics, they take over baseball at this rate. Why don't you just pay the sabermetrics people and the analytic people for them to do their job? Because at this rate, those pocket cards that tell you for the shift, that's stupid. Remember it or too bad. You're the athlete.
Dude, watching that Padre series and seeing fucking Manny Machado playing shallow right center every other at bat.
Yeah, it was
this guy's a fucking third baseman. Play him at third base.
Yep.
My rule is 2 guys on each side of second base. If you want to play the second baseman shallow right, that's fine. If you want to play, get your guys deep, that's fine. But literally moving them out of their position. And hold up one thing. Do analytics win you games sometimes? Yes. Did analytics lose the Rays the World Series? Partly because I think a lot of analytics were the reason they got there. But yeah, you pull Blake Snell, who's absolutely dealing. That's a mental decision. That's, wow, this guy's dealing, hasn't walked a batter yet. He's the top 3 guys in the order have struck out every at bat. Why take him out there? Exactly, because the analytics say, oh, well, 3rd time through the order. And now Kevin Cash wants to let guys go the full way. To the point where I literally, when the Mets were playing the Padres, I was like rooting for Blake Snell to go deep into games. Honestly, I'm a big fan of him. Like, obviously, I knew we had no chance that game anyways, but like it was cool seeing him actually going into deep. Because now his kind of signature thing is, oh, well, is he going to go deep into the game? Is he going to go through the 3rd time? Like that kind of stuff just drives me crazy. Jose, what were you going to say?
Hold on, yeah. It's time for me to go on my weekly run. Do you know who started all this shift bullshit? Do you know?
What bullshit?
All this shift.
Joe Madden?
Yes. Joe fucking Madden. The manager of my Angels. I hate the fucking shift. It's cost us 20 fucking games this season. I've had to fucking count how many games it cost us. It's cost us like 50 fucking runs. I am done with the fucking shit. I am done with analytics. I am done with that stats that only nerds like Zuri. Please, fuck it.
Jose, flip the chair. Take it, flip it. Let's go. Let's do some races. Let's go.
People are saying, please ban. I'm not banning Zuri's, guys. You have your opening platform. Oh, but okay, now I have 2 callers in the queue. One named Analytics, who's changed his name like 5 times, and another guy named Zuri's another guy's named Zuri's Delusional. I would bet money that Analytics is Zuri's and Zuri's is Delusional is Sergio. I would bet money.
How about we do this?
Yes, do it.
Their face cams are what happened with us, but I think my page is clean. Oh wait, they just turned their cameras on. I saw in the chat. Let's hear what analytics has to say. What?
Hey.
All right, you're done. All right. No, they already turned their cameras on. Zuriz is delusional. Yup, that's who I thought. Only rain calling per episode, you guys, because I got shit I gotta do here.
I never thought I would dislike anyone in this chat, but Cerise has made my shit list.
Dude,
Oh,
next
wait,
week's
that-
episode of Calls of the Week is everything's going to be about Zariz.
Now, Elias,
Everything is going to be about him.
Elias, you called me out on Twitter
Oh, yeah.
last night. What do you want to talk about?
Well, you said the Mets suck.
No,
Or what exactly did you say?
I said, how the fuck are they getting beat by the fucking Orioles?
He has a point.
Because we have, what,
That's what I
14 guys
said.
on the injured list?
So what?
I mean,
You're
if
not
David
gonna-
Peterson on the bump.
You're not
fucking
going to win.
Orioles.
You're not going to win every
the
game
fucking
that you're
Orioles.
favored to win.
It's the
No,
Orioles.
if that don't work, the Pirates wouldn't have won a game this year because they're never favored to win because they stink. You're going to lose games against shitty teams. I mean, if the Dodgers played the Orioles in 5 times or like 8 games in a year, they're going to lose one of them.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's the thing too, is the percentage wins. I mean, listen, if it's a guy like Jacob
God.
DeGrom or some nobody rookie, I'd probably lean towards DeGrom. But that's the thing. It's also analytics too.
Oh God, analytics.
But in terms of yesterday was really just David Peterson. Louis Rojas should have took him out. 4 pitches, 3 runs. I think that says something, and we could probably call it a ball game with David Peterson because of that.
Yep. That's
All
fair.
right, 2 more things.
Yeah.
And then I'm done.
I got you.
Elias, you are the emotional Mets fan.
I'm-
No, I'm not. That's Hayden. Hayden is.
Oh, here,
I-
San Jose. Fuck you, Smith, you fucking cocksucker. Oh shit. Oh. Yeah, fuck him up, Tom. Go fuck him up. Let's go. Oh, where's Rojas? Oh no, where's Rojas? You got to show the video on your channel of me reacting to Diaz the home run. Fucking pussy.
Yeah, if you guys watch the first episode of Mets Fans React, which next time we do a live reaction stream, there'll be another episode of that.
Hey,
All the clips were Hayden fucking losing his shit.
Literally,
He's the
I think
emotional
out of
Mets
all
fan.
those clips, there were probably like 15 of them. 14 of them were me, and pretty much one of
One
them
was about one, and a few of them were Mets fan.
Hayden, we got to do a video together. Man.
For sure. Hook me up, man. Join your StreamYard, Zoom, whatever you're doing. We'll have to collaborate. We'll flip chairs together and cuss out the managers.
Yes.
Yes,
Chairs.
yes,
Yes.
Jose. Appreciate you calling in, man. You have a good night.
Go sub to my channel, Hayden.
All right, everyone. Was it Seahawks Jose Rodriguez, right?
Yes.
Everyone, check that
Yeah.
out. Seahawks Jose Rodriguez. Jose, have a
Everybody-
good night, bro. Good seeing you, man.
Everybody except Cerise.
Yeah, you really don't like them that much. Come on now.
Wow, poor Zariz, man. Oh well.
Yeah, I feel bad for him.
He's still trying to get back in. But Hayden, appreciate you staying on. I know you're the fucking celebrity here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming down to smaller channels like me. It's probably going to cost you a little bit of money. Cost me a little bit of money to pay you for your time this evening. But Hayden, you have a good night, man. Appreciate it. Hey, all right. Shout out to Hayden for staying on, man. I'm gonna take a quick little break. We'll probably end the stream soon. Depending on how much time I might do an all-star ballot. But let's take a look at the best. I'm gonna take a quick break. While we do that, let's take a look at the best moments from the callers last episode.
If we're a contender right now, we're a playoff contender right now. We're having the Rumble Ponies, the AA team.
Yeah.
As soon as everybody comes
we
back,
got St. Lucie match, the single A.
the single A.
Yeah.
Not even the Brooklyn Cyclones. They're high A ball.
Yeah.
We got the St. Lucie Mets.
Yep.
But I think as soon as everybody comes back, I think we're gonna do way better.
Yep.
Especially Tommy Hunter, the god himself.
Oh yes, sir. So let's go to our next caller. You guys know him very well. We have what has he wearing today? Cubs talk with Hayden. Another guy I want to get your thoughts on. A guy we haven't talked on yet, Dom Smith. I know you're pretty fond of him. Look, you even said this about him.
Fuck you, Smith, you fucking cocksucker.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, listen. Dom's been improving.
In terms of Peterson, I'm actually seeing some similarities between him and Giolito. I know he's lefty, but
So what? Trade him to a new team and then he'll be amazing.
No. Okay. So, Giolito in 2017 had a very lucky, good season. His ERA was like in the. Let me check to be exact. I want to know what I'm talking about. His ERA was 2.38 in 7 starts. So like a limited time. You look at David Peterson in 2020. About 11 starts, but in the mid threes, actually below 3.5. Then next season, they're terrible. This season, Peterson has been pretty
terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw Foolish Baseball's video. He was the worst starting pitcher in the league.
Qualified starter. Yep.
Really and next year he's in the All-Star game. So I'm not saying Peterson by next year will be in the All-Star game, but you can look at their spin rates, look at their velocity at this point in their careers. They are incredibly identical, almost exactly the same. And give Nito them 4 nights a week. McCann is dog shit on defense still.
I don't spend way too much time watching Mets fan. All right, so the third guy comes in and he had his face.
Get away!
So and he texted in the private chat. Hold up, he texted in the private chat. Yo, let me talk sports with you guys. So Jose lets him in because Jose has the controls. Lets him in. Blake's screen. Jose says hello. In comes a phone with a giant male private part on it. We immediately get it off the screen and delete the screen because we don't want Jose using his channel.
No, that is bullshit. I am coming. Cap, I am coming. Bullshit. On half that story.
What? It's 100% what happened.
Half that story was, I said, dude, no. His camera is pointing at the ceiling, and you said, "Oh, come on, just let him on."
Well, you're the one who should have. It was. Oh God, this comment was it a BBC? Maybe. We're not talking about that. All right, those were the best callers from last week. This week, we're going to have a lot of material to work with, and all of it is probably going to have to do with the Zuriz. So, Mets game starts in, I think, 7 minutes or 10 minutes, something around that. Guys, I'm not banning Zuriz just because Zuriz is a great guy. Zuriz, if you're watching, love you, bro. Thank you for calling in. If you have a different take, I'm not just going to be, ban you. Screw you. You're done. So let's get in a quick analytics for life. Actually, I'm not going to get. Should we do a quick All-Star vote? All-Star ballot. I'll do a quick All-Star ballot as well. So I'm going to share my screen here. Right here. Believe it's in the shot. Yeah, there we go. Okay. MLB All-Star ballot real quick. So obviously you just vote for the position players. Pitchers get determined by these players. So this is going to be, am I going to have some bias? Probably. But this is going to be what, my opinion based on these stats. Shout out to Google and MLB for having the stats available. So we're going to go position by position, American League, then National League. American League, I think it's a pretty clear-cut pick. I'm going to go Vladimir Guerrero Jr. This is a player we all knew who he was going to be when he came up. Absolute stud. I mean, that OPS, 1.101. That's just elite. There's other great choices like Matt Olson's off to a really good year. Jared Walsh has been phenomenal too. Those guys will definitely make it. Jose Abreu is obviously an amazing player. G-Man Choi, a little deceiving just because of the amount of at-bats he's had. Obviously, these guys are going to, get, they're going to be the alternates. They're going to get fan votes too. But in my opinion, Vladimir Guerrero, we're voting for the starters here. So Vladimir Guerrero Jr., definitely the starting first baseman. So moving on to the National League, I want to go Pete Alonso. Numbers look good. But I don't think it's going to be him. For me, it's tough because actually it's not tough. Easy pick. Max Muncy. He made it back in 2019. He's just such a good player, man. He does so many things well. He can also play second base. He's also he's an on-base god. He's one of the big pieces in that Dodger lineup. He's one of the huge reason they won the World Series last year. I know he didn't have the greatest of seasons, but he was really good in the playoffs as well. Max Muncy's an unbelievably good player. He's going to be my first baseman. Second base, pretty weak position all around baseball. LeMahieu's been really bad this year. Jed Larry, I might just have to vote for him for the meme of it. A lot of guys, not really anyone with OPSs below 700, but Marcus Semien. I mean, I thought about him coming in. What a pickup from the Blue Jays. You know, he's been a shortstop throughout his career, but he's now making the move over to second base. His defense, I believe, it's been really good. I mean, from a guy who's almost won the Gold Glove in 2019, almost won the MVP at shortstop, he should translate well to second base. So yeah, Marcus Semien, he had maybe the best month of May. Have him on fantasy. He got me some W's. Shout out to Marcus Semien. Easy pick right there. Second base, this is kind of it's kind of not really controversial. It's an unexpected thing. I'm going to go Adam Frazier. Adam Frazier, he's off to a really good season. He's got that 864 OPS, which, you know, he's a contact hitter, 330 average. I think every team needs a good contact hitter. Like the Mets have Jeff McNeil. You can't just have everyone hitting a million home runs and striking out a ton and whatnot. So Adam Frazier off to a really good year, probably will be the lone representative for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Moving on to third base, there's a couple good options here. I love Matt Chapman, but he's off to a really bad year. I think it's pretty obvious, though, who I'm going to go with. Now, I know defensively he's not good, but I feel like I have to go with Rafael Devers. But also at the same time, I think you got to go Jose Ramirez, because Devers, he's only 1 point up in the OPS. He home run wise, he's one above. Man, he's like one upping him in every stat, and their averages are identical. But Ramirez is just, he's got such better defense. That's the thing. I think I'm going to go with J-Ram. I mean, the numbers are virtually identical, and I would go and obviously I think Ramirez is the better third baseman. It's not, I'm just taking into this year. I'm not taking into previous years. That's just stupid if you do that. So let's move on to the National League. So JD Davis, according to the numbers, should be the pick. He hasn't played much, though. That's the thing. So for me, it's between Arenado and Bryant, but obviously I have to go with Bryant here. It's interesting. He's played third base, but he's also played the outfield as well. Now, Arenado's got the glove on him, but I look more at the offensive stats, especially for, you know, a fun exhibition game like the All-Star game. So I'm going to go with Chris Bryant right there, playing unbelievably well. Moving on to shortstop, there's a couple good options here. Going down the list, Alberto Mondesi, off to a great year. I'm pretty sure he's had very limited, you know, playing time. Joey Wendell, you know, he's off to a good year. But for me, I think the obvious pick, Andres Gimenez, really bad, obviously former Met. I think the obvious pick is Xander Bogaerts. He's maybe the best offensive shortstop outside of, I guess I'll just give it away already. Our next pick, Fernando Tatis Jr., which is obviously going to be the pick. But moving back to Xander Bogaerts, his glove isn't good. It's never been good, but he's unbelievable at the plate. Tatis, his glove is good despite all the errors he makes, because he'll make a bunch of errors and he'll make a bunch of just unbelievable plays you never see. So Fernando Tatis, he's obviously my pick. He's an unbelievable base runner. He hits a bajillion home runs. He's close to becoming I think if he's not already a top 5 player in the game. And this, I didn't say I doubted him, but I preached patience with him coming into the season. He's been unbelievable. Moving to catcher, Yasmani Grandal. It's weird because the batting average is so bad, and I know this is gonna be funny. It's gonna sound hypocritical. I know how much I just shat on, you know, analytics and all that kind of stuff. But if you look at his baseball savant, like all the offensive numbers are like the top percentile, like the chase rates, the hard hits, all that kind of stuff. It's just he walks ridiculous amount and just doesn't get hits. He just gets on base and hits home runs. So I think Grandal is probably the pick, but Garver's also off to a really good start. He's got the higher OPS. Grandal's beating him in RBIs. Home runs are pretty even as well. I can't stand Mitch Garver because he's so inconsistent. He's had like one minor part of a year. Mike Zunino, obviously, off to a really good start as well. A lot of guys who hit for absolutely no average, but walk a ton and hit home runs. I think I'm going to go with, just for you, Sergio, I'm going to go with Zunino. He's off to a really good start, and I think he needs the votes more than the other guys. He'll probably make it in as the backup. I think what do they usually hold, 2 or 3? I think they hold 3 catchers. I think a lot of times, I think in 2019 they DH'd one of them as well. So I'm gonna go Grandal, Mitch Garver, and Zunino as my picks of who the three catchers are going to be, but I pick Zunino to be the starter. Moving on to the National League, we got a couple good picks here, but my obvious pick is going to be Carson Kelly. He hits the ball unbelievably hard. 7 home runs, 860 OPS. He's off to a really good start. Defense could be better, but he's definitely not bad defensively. Really good player, really coming back to that player, we saw in 2019. We saw flashes from him. Moving on to the outfield, we're going to get 3 picks here. There's some obvious picks in the American League that you have to get to. So Aaron Judge, I think he easily gets a pick. He's been unbelievable. Kelnick obviously just got sent down. It's funny seeing him here. Going down the list, we got some other good picks. George Springer really hasn't played at all. Mike Trout, unbelievable numbers. He's going to get in. It's just he's been hurt, so you don't really know. Verdugo is tempting. I think you have to give it to Adolis Garcia as well, if I can find him. Where is he? From Adolis Garcia. Incredible story, too. That I really hope he gets in. It's just an unbelievable story as well. And I think you either have to end it with Mitch Haniger or Verdugo. I'm going to go Verdugo. Verdugo's having a really good year for the Red Sox. It sucks he lost Mookie Betts, obviously, but he's a great player. All right, going to the National League, we're going to have to scroll back up. Some obvious picks. Acuna automatically makes it. No question there. Scrolling through, Trent Grisham, he's been hurt a bit. He's tempting. Harper, I think you got to go him too. He's off to a really good start. My MVP pick coming into the year. And I think you got to go Ketel Marte. But also Starling Marte is having such a good year. I think maybe you take out. Oh, wait. What am I talking about? No. I totally screwed this up. You got to go with the Reds, guys. Hold up. Where's Harper? Harper, you're out of here. Where's Jesse Winker? The 2 Reds guys, Castellanos and Jesse Winker. Oh, they make it a no question. I forgot about them for a sec. Kind of like I forgot about Liam Hendricks in my ranking video the other day. You forget guys every now and then. Obviously, the 2 corner outfielders for the Reds are going to make it in. Really good outfield they got there. And even with what's his name? The center fielder. What's his name? They got him from the Indians. He's off to a really good start this year. Tyler Naquin. He's off to a really good start as well. Moving to the DH, pretty boring position. Obviously, they just hit. But I think the obvious pick, as much as I want to go with Yermin Mercedes, he's kind of fallen off a little bit. Obviously, he's incredible start, obviously. But you got to go Shohei Ohtani. Now, I think he might also make it in as a pitcher. That's how good he's been. You got 5 entries, but I'm just going to do this 1 entry. If there was my guy's entry, I would go with the whole Mets team. But I'm not going to do that. So let's just refresh. Vlad Jr., Max Muncy at first, Marcus Semien, Adam Frazier at second, Jose Ramirez, Chris Bryant at third, Xander Bogaerts, Fernando Tatis Jr. at short, Mike Zunino, Carson Kelly behind the plate. In the outfield, Adolis Garcia, Aaron Judge, Alex Verdugo, Ronald Acuna Jr., Nicholas Castellanos, and Jesse Winker. And my DH is Shohei Ohtani. Next week, I might talk about what pitchers deserve to make it. That could definitely be an interesting topic. But review picks. But obviously, fans don't vote on them. I'll fill out all that information after the stream. Let me stop sharing. So I'm going to call it a stream right here. Wow, this was a fun stream. Shout out to Zariz for taking all the criticism. Shout out to you, Zariz. You're a great caller, man. No doubt about it. I wasn't able to see the chat because I was on a different screen. I need to get 2 monitors during it. So interesting seeing what your guys. Obviously, Andrew. If you guys know Andrew, Trey Turner's his guy, even though he's a Mets fan. Tatis. I mean, if you guys know Andrew, he's the most everyone spam Andrew's channel that you hate Fernando Tatis. Everyone spam him. Do that. Is there 2 first base alternates? Maybe. So Mets fans, you guys know what to do. Vote every single Met into the All-Star game. 5 votes a day. You know it. Let's get. I think Alonso has a shot at making it. Just because of the popularity, he'll be in the Derby. I think no doubt about that. But I'm going to call it a stream right here. Appreciate you guys. This was a fun one. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, big.apple.baseball.banter. You can also find all of our stuff in podcast form, Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff. Shout out to the callers. Appreciate you guys calling in. be active in the Mets fan only Discord. I used to be, but it's way too much way too many notifications, just bzz, bzz, bzz all day, and also it's kind of annoying sometimes. It's a lot of spamming and all that kind of stuff. But shout out to everyone from there who's come from there onto my channel. Appreciate you guys. I will see you guys next time. Let's go Mets.